My favorite event, Jay's gonna laugh at this, was our first event here. And we had a 90s party. We rented Lotus Studios right across the street from the Raiders practice stadium.
Yes.
And that was our first event. And it was a success. It was a success for us because we accomplished it, but we learned so much about ourselves in that event. That's why that was my favorite.
Wow.
Because we learned how to work together.
Right.
We learned how to navigate challenges together, to overcome them, and then just about events, period. What does the community want? How to be successful, how to market, how to advertise, just little things like that. So that was our first one, and that's my favorite.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of At Home with the Willises. I am Nicci, and
I'm Jameen.
you don't want to say AKA Nicci's husband?
Not today.
I thought we was doing something. Okay, no problem. But welcome back to our home. And guys, we have a guest today. I'm so thrilled. We have Valerie Parriett. Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Well, welcome to our home.
Thank you.
Valerie.
Such a beautiful home.
Oh,
Such a
thank
beautiful home. I feel the peace as soon
Good.
as I walked in.
Good. That's what we want. We want all of our guests to feel at home, to
Yep.
feel at peace, and hopefully just to be happier once you come to the Willis household.
Mission accomplished.
All right. Well, see, there you go. There's a podcast. That's all we needed. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So Valerie is the owner of J&V Events. And that is obviously an event planning company, event decor, and all things. So let's get into it. But
Okay.
before we even talk about what you offer and all the things, tell us your story. How long have you been in Vegas? When did you get here? Are you married? Do you have kids? Just tell us all the things.
Okay, so yes to all of that.
Okay.
I am married and we do have kids. How we moved to Vegas, let's see. We got married in 2017. Our
Okay.
wedding was at the Venetian. We had a chapel wedding, so we were here for...
Wait, did y'all get eloped? No, I must know.
No.
Okay, so it was a real thing.
Yep.
Okay.
It was a real thing. We flew our family out here.
Yeah.
We were here for a week with the wedding planner,
Okay.
and I really wanted to get off the strip to see Nevada. And we went to Summerlin, we went to Centennial Hills, Henderson. We just drove around in the neighborhoods, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. We were in Atlanta for 26 years, and I wanted something new. This is my first time on the West Coast. So, really?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We
And
moved
I love
from the
it.
Midwest.
Okay.
We moved. Yeah, and you know what? That's so funny that you said that. You wanted to get off the strip, and that's what we tell everybody: get off the strip, because that's everybody always thinks that is all Las Vegas is. It's just that little strip.
Yeah. Right.
But when you go to see, like you said, Centennial Hills,
Yeah.
or Henderson, or Summerlin, and you see all the different areas and the communities, it really can be your home.
Yes.
We have regular
there.
suburban living here.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Simple real estate plug there, but just saying. So you got married here in 2017.
17.
And you guys moved out here
2018.
2018. So you really fell in love with it for real.
I did, and I my mission was, after our youngest graduated from high school, we were out of Atlanta, and we moved here. So we did just that.
You know what? We have kind of a similar story, because that was our plan.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. That was the original plan. We were going to move
original.
when our middle baby graduated high school, but we
Okay.
actually moved, and she was a sophomore. in high
Okay. Wow. When you moved out here. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit different, but that's so funny, how plans just work.
Yeah. When we got married, our youngest Summer was a senior in high school, so
Okay.
I did not want to. I was
Yeah.
not going to even try to talk about moving her senior year, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that to her.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
We
and
moved before the senior.
before senior year, yeah, it was still rough. Well, because then we ran into COVID, and that was just, honey, that could be a whole podcast in itself.
Oh yeah.
But we won't doom and gloom on this podcast. Let's keep talking about you. So you guys moved out here in 2018, and then what happened after that? Like what made you get into doing events?
So I have a crafting business. My business is called V's Crafting LLC, and I've had that business for 4 years now.
Cool.
And I think it just kind of evolved into event planning because a lot of things that I make were for weddings, or for bachelorette parties, or for anniversaries, for housewarming gifts, things like that. And it just evolved into an events business with Jay being a DJ. And then with me decorating, we just merged the two and married the two, and we come together as a team.
Okay, wait, pause. Pause. Pause, first of all. Nyla! Be quiet. We are trying to tape a podcast.
She has something to say.
She's just whining. Nyla, I'm for real. Your daddy's getting upset.
Gonna go upstairs a minute.
She's still gonna make that noise. She's gonna be screaming.
We won't hear it.
She's about to go in the garage. She's gonna have to go in the garage. And my baby's never been in the garage. This is getting. Don't do that.
Prison or something.
Don't do that. I am a true. You're a dog mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
How
you
do you-
are?
Yes.
Oh.
And now how? Okay, there are ranges of dog moms. I
Yes.
realize, like there are the dog moms that'll be like, put the dog in the yard. You know, all the things.
No.
You're more on the other side, more like my side.
Yes.
Is that your baby?
Yes.
See what I'm
that's my
saying?
baby. Yeah. Frankie's my baby.
Frankie.
Frankie is my baby. He does not go in the garage, and he does not go outside, only to potty. He doesn't stay outside at all.
See?
He doesn't know what to do outside. He's in the house with me.
See that is Nyla.
Yeah.
Now how old is Frankie?
4.
Nyla's 3.
Okay. See, I told you I got a boyfriend for her.
Oh,
He's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
I mean, she's got a little tootie toot. Not gonna.
That's okay.
She's got a little
It's not
tootie
the
toot. We
marriage
working.
type.
She's a rescue.
Not the
Is-
marriage.
So is Frankie.
Frankie's a rescue too.
Yes, Frankie's a rescue.
Really? See,
Yeah.
let's see if we can plan a little date.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd
I'm
be
gonna
fun.
I'm gonna give her a little CBD so she'll
Okay.
act right because I don't want to be
Okay.
embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we can lick them up. Okay, so you're a dog mom.
Yes.
What I wanted to talk about before I was rudely interrupted by my dog was so James, your husband, is a DJ.
Yes.
We have to talk about it because Jay and I have been at a couple of you all's events and we have had a blast.
Yeah.
DJ Retro, and shout out to DJ Retro because he was our DJ for the Black Henderson Family Reunion
Yes.
2020. How many 20s do we have? 2023. Had a blast.
Yeah, good. We had a great time. Yeah, we had a
Wow.
great time. That was our first time.
Uh-huh.
But we really had a great time. And it was just so wonderful to see our people and how many people came out to the Family Black Reunion, Black Henderson's Family Reunion.
Yeah, it was great.
It was just an amazing turnout, and I didn't even know that many people lived in Henderson.
I know, right? Well, you know what? And people came from like other parts of the city too, which was really cool. We had over 650 people there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah. And-
line dancing, playing games, like pickup games.
Yeah.
Like they were everywhere. So I can't wait for next year and to have James back. I mean,
Yeah, well,
it was
great,
just-
awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Awesome.
it was
Yeah.
fun. But let's talk about you though. And let's talk about how you are right there by his side. I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you guys kind of work together, and maybe we can have y'all back together.
That would be great.
Yes,
That'd be
and we could talk about like the whole marriage and
It's
working
just how
together
life,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, we have to have y'all back. But tell us a little bit how you guys work together.
Okay, so Jay is my best friend. He is my best friend. He's my soulmate. I absolutely
You better
love
come on and
him.
talk soulmate.
I absolutely love him, and he loves me even more.
Ugh,
He
I'm melting.
I don't hear you
spoils
talking about
me.
me like this.
Don't be talking about you. I know you was gonna book
Not in
that up.
public. Like when I'm not there, I don't hear this. I don't hear it.
I do. Listen. I dote on him all the time. He just. Yes, thank you, Jen. I talk about you all the time. I be like, my king,
Yeah.
my king,
Yeah.
You do.
my
You
man.
make my plate in
My
public.
husband.
When we have company, you make my plate. So I feel special.
Oh my goodness.
I feel special.
I'm sure it's more than that.
When we have company, she makes my plate.
Well, I mean, I feel like I make it when it counts.
I
You know
feel
what I'm saying?
special.
I want people to know.
Yeah.
That's my man. Don't make it play.
Stunts in front of the people.
But you ultimately know what you want on the plate.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll just let you make your own plate. But in public, I'm there. I got you. Enough about you, my best friend and my boo and everything.
Do you wait?
you.
Okay.
What?
Do you make my man James Perrier's plate?
Absolutely.
See,
I don't know. We just
I'm over here paying for
established
inflation, tipping.
he
all
doesn't tip.
passwords
I'm just
and
gonna say you don't
I do
tip.
tip.
No, you don't.
You're
Well,
embarrassing in the front.
tip.
You're embarrassing in front of the company.
you know what?
Anyway,
you can round up. I
that's-
know you can round up.
that's
Y'all got to watch
awesome.
last week's episode.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't round up.
Okay.
I don't round up not to be mean,
Yeah.
but the Perriers we give throughout the year, and that's our tax write-off.
That's
I don't round up at department stores because that's their tax write-off.
That is so
Right.
true.
So I write
See?
off my own,
That is smart.
right.
That is smart.
and they're gonna get it. They're gonna give it to them, but then they're gonna write it off.
That's right.
And we don't benefit
get
from
to
that.
write that off.
Yeah.
That is smart. That is smart. Okay, we have gotten way off track. Jay, yes, you are my man, my best friend, and I love you. But can we go back to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that it is important for you to invest in your love. My husband invests in me. I have a whole craft room in my house, and I spend thousands of dollars throughout the year making things that don't make me money. So,
But they bring you joy.
It's a passion of
Yeah.
mine. Yep, and he lets me do it. He
love
doesn't put
that.
any restraints on me. And so I felt that it was important to invest in him. If you know Jay, you know he absolutely loves music. He loves music. He
I can tell.
studies it. Music is his therapy and it's his life.
Love that.
So I invested in him.
That's so
I bought him a DJ deck and I made him a DJ room in our home. And I just said, lock yourself in here and have fun. Don't worry about anything. Just learn it and have fun. And here we are today.
Yeah.
And Jay DJs, and I'm right there beside him. Go, honey.
It's so fun. We were with you guys when you hosted the costume party.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a blast?
That was so fun. That was so
Yeah.
fun. Jay came. You were like you came as a football player,
Yes. No, I came as a Raiders fan.
a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
The Willises and costume parties.
Yeah, I thought he was Ice Cube. but
Wow.
That was a lot.
Well, first of all, let's backtrack. Let's backtrack.
Let's stay on you.
First of all, it's her fault why we didn't wear our costumes.
I had it
So
all planned.
I had
Okay,
to switch my
okay.
costume up at the last minute and
'Cause
be what I was last year because she didn't put her costume up.
We were supposed to be Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Okay. He puts his Batman costume on, and he looked like he just got a onesie. Okay.
Oh, okay,
I put on my Robin costume, and you would have thought I bought it from a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
we couldn't be out here looking
Sure.
like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The Willises
It wasn't.
out here just embarrassing us, our friends.
Yeah.
Embarrassing you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to have been seen with us had we come with the original idea.
It just didn't
So,
work out.
I threw on a onesie and I was true to my costume. I went as exhaustion. because I was tired.
Yeah.
Where
So,
you
I
ever
felt-
seen that at Party City? Exhaustion. You
That
ever
needs
seen
to
that?
Party City. If you do it, that's my idea. Just
What
so
you
you
dressed
know, it's
as?
gonna be a
Exhaustion.
onesie. Exhaustion. A onesie.
Basically,
look
she
like?
just throwing a onesie
And
said,
an
okay,
eye
we
mask. You gotta have the eye mask
Yeah, yeah.
accessorized. You have to, and then some slippers.
Yeah. There you go.
Those are the accessories. Now, Party City, if you take that, that's mine. Okay, I just want just a little cut.
But did you have a good time?
But I had a good time.
Great.
And
Great.
you were all dressed up.
Yeah.
You were having fun. You had bubbles around. You had
Yeah.
given us lights. And it was so much fun because I felt like I knew James could just focus on the music.
Yeah.
And you were focused on, the experience that everyone was having. So I could see you guys playing off of each other and I could see you playing to your strengths. It was beautiful and it was a ball.
It's like
Thank
Chuck
you.
D. It's like Chuck D and Flavor
Thank you.
Flav.
Aw.
You had the tutu on.
I mean, yes.
I like it.
And I mean, light up, glad. I mean, it was such a fun time. Is So is that what you bring to like all of your events?
That's what we do at home. Jay and I have, so he has a man cave and listening lounge at
Yes.
home. And
I
on
need
the
to come over your
weekends,
house. Lock me in one of y'all's
So that's
rooms.
why.
it's pretty dope.
So, so basically, if I get her craft room, she might make my plate like you do. That's basically
with
what you're
with a like a really high budget. I need a high budget.
No budget.
No
saying.
budget.
No budget. Okay.
And then I'll make you pay for it.
No
boo.
budget because you already know what the budget is and you wouldn't put your family in financial jeopardy. So you already know the budget.
See,
I wouldn't
bring
do that to
Smart
you.
people on the podcast.
I wouldn't do that to you. No. And then you can have a man cave.
Okay.
You can
So
find
we
a man
have
cave.
listening parties and it's just me and Jay sometimes. And he'll put on an album and he'll give me the history of who produced it, how the group came together, the ups and downs of the groups. And he knows this off the top of his head. I mean, I'm like, when do you have time to study this and how do you retain it? Because Lord have mercy. But that's
his
what we
passion.
do. That's his passion.
And that's you supporting his passion.
Yeah, so we'll have a drink and he'll put on some music and then we'll end up dancing. And so what you see at the speakeasy is what we do at home.
Yes.
And it's easy because that's who we are. What we do there is what we would be doing at home anyway. So why not bring it to the public?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That. I love that.
And that's J&V Events. Our hustle is different. We do it because we love to do it.
Sure.
Not to pay the bills. Make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's what we love to do.
Yeah. I can see your passion in what you guys do, in everything you guys do.
Yeah.
That's why we enjoyed working with you. And so now that we're talking about business and all the things, what are the types of events, the types of services that you do?
We have done bachelorette parties, birthday parties, engagement parties. No weddings yet, but I don't even know if I really want to do a wedding.
You
Just
don't
about
wanna
to
deal
ask
with
you.
the
I'm about,
divas
it's
and-
not divas.
What is it called? Gorilla brides? What is it
No,
called?
bridezillas
Bridezilla.
and groomzillas.
I call it gorilla bride. Bridezillas.
Yeah, I think I'm at a different place in my life where I will pass on that and just
Understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's honestly totally different. That's why I love the niche part. You know your niche. You know, we're not gonna be over here doing weddings. Corporate events are different. Military events are different. All kinds of, there's all kinds of ways you can niche. So that's smart.
Yeah.
That's super smart. What has been your favorite event?
So my favorite event, Jay's gonna laugh at this, was our first event here, and we had a '90s party. We rented Lotus Studios right across the street from the Raiders practice stadium.
Yes, over there in Inspirata, yes.
And that was our first event, and it was a success. It was a success for us because we accomplished it.
Yeah.
But we learned so much about ourselves in that event. That's why that was my favorite. Because we learned how to work together.
Right.
We learned how to navigate challenges together, to overcome them, and then just about events, period.
Yeah.
What does the community want? How to be successful? How to market? How to advertise? Just little things like that. So that was our first one, and that's my favorite.
I love that. That's pretty dope. So you have another part of your story that I'd love to talk about. You are actually a kidney donor,
I am.
and you donated a kidney to your father.
I did.
Tell me about that.
Sorry.
We need some tissues. Jay, get some tissues. Whew.
I love to talk about it, but it's hard. I'm a daddy's girl. There are 3 of us, and I'm in the middle. Thank you. And I'm in the middle. I have always had a good relationship with both of my parents. And I've always said that if they ever needed anything, no matter what it is, I would do it in a heartbeat. My father has had some health challenges that stem from the military, from his service in the military. So he is 100% disabled per the government. And he's had 3 heart attacks. And with those 3 heart attacks, they put 90% of his arteries were blocked. And so he's had to have several stents put in. To do that surgery, they have to put in a dye to illuminate.
The arteries.
Right.
Things, yeah.
And that is filtered through your kidneys. If your kidneys are not in the greatest shape, it kills your kidneys.
Wow.
So it catapulted him into renal failure. The 3rd surgery. He went on dialysis and was on dialysis for about 30 days. And I got a letter from my mom saying that he was put on the list for a kidney donor. And I immediately went into action. I contacted Piedmont Transplant Center in Atlanta, Georgia, and I talked to the living kidney donor to start the process. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I just knew that I had to do it. And it was not because he's my dad and he's my hero and I love him. Those are all good things. But when you are given a direct command from God to do something, it behooves you to be obedient.
Absolutely.
And we're coming up on a year. So December 22nd will be 1 year of our surgery. But this was a faith walk for me.
Yeah.
To really trust God
Yeah.
because there were many obstacles, racism,
Wow.
financial hit, and then just the taxing of my body.
Yeah.
I needed to lose 45 pounds to get down to a healthy BMI for surgery. So that was obstacle number one. I went to my neighborhood has a rec center. It's got we have fitness coaches, and I was working with the fitness coach. I did water aerobics for 5 months, and I lost 65 pounds. So I exceeded the goal.
Yeah.
And then I went to 2 different transplant centers. The first one told me that although I was 100%, 100% match for my father,
Yeah.
they could not do the surgery because of something that I didn't even have. That was the game that they were playing.
Something that you did not have. Was this the racism that we're talking about
Yes,
here?
yeah.
My
So
Lord.
something that I didn't have, never been diagnosed with it, and was denied because of that. So then instead of fighting to be able to be a donor, I had to fight that. Then
Wow.
even after proving to them that I don't have that with a second opinion, second and third opinion, I decided that it would be best if we just went to a completely different transplant center.
Yeah.
So we
This whole time, the
This whole
clock
time,
is ticking.
ticking.
While they're over here playing these games.
Yeah.
This is why representation matters in every
In-
single industry.
Amen. Amen.
My
Now,
goodness.
Dad is still on dialysis, and we almost lost him twice in the dialysis chair. And he has seen people pass away while they're receiving dialysis. And so just to hear that, and then to be told that you are a match, but you can't donate.
Right.
I mean, that was devastating for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't stop there because God told me to do it. And if he told me to do it, he would see me through it.
Yeah.
And
Come on.
I had to have faith in knowing that I know what the voice of God sounds like, that it's not just me wanting to make my dad feel better, but this is what God has told me to do. Even when I was tired, when I was told no, when things just didn't make sense,
Yeah.
God said, keep going. Just keep going. And now my dad is doing great. My kidney's working well for him. I'm doing well. And now I'm in the season of reaping.
Yeah. I didn't know
Come
that
The
that was
obedience.
recent. I
Reaping
thought
the
that
Yeah, I
that
didn't
was
realize
years
how
ago.
Yeah.
recent this was. A year ago, coming up on a year ago.
December 22nd will be a year.
What a gift!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits
awesome.
different when like holidays come up and something like
Yes.
giving the gift of life.
Yes. So last year we were at Walter Reed in Bethesda, Maryland. That's the President's Hospital. My dad is military, husband's military, so
So you had to travel from, and is your dad in Atlanta?
Yep.
So he had to travel
From Atlanta.
from Atlanta
Yep.
to Bethesda to get this for you and him to get this surgery.
Yes.
Because it has to essentially happen at the same time.
Yes. So he was across the hall. They removed my kidney, took it across the hall, and then put it right. And it started working immediately. He started urinating right on the table.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
a blessing.
That is
I'm over here with a holiday tradition of watching The Godfather. She's celebrating saving a life.
I mean, that's a tradition.
Godfather
That
tradition.
is because that's something that you'll never forget. You'll never forget. How else has that changed you?
It's put a lot of things into perspective. I don't stress out about anything now. And little things or things that maybe have bothered me in the past, it doesn't faze
Doesn't
me.
faze you anymore.
No, I'm in a different place in my life where no stress, no drama. But I'm also in a place where I'm fearless because I feel like I have conquered the world, and if I can do that, I can do anything.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is so powerful. I heard, and let me make sure I get this right, that, in fact, Jan told me this, that you said this is your you season? Tell me what that is.
I don't know what that is. Because I think it's evolving every day. When I met my husband, and then I met his mother, I knew something wasn't right about her from my clinical background. I'm a registered nurse, so I was able to see that something was not right. I took her to one of my doctors who is a friend of mine in Atlanta, and they diagnosed her with dementia, Alzheimer's with rapid progression. So she was she was progressing through the disease rapidly. So once I felt like I had a handle on something, it would change the next day. So it's like 7 or 8 stages of dementia. She was going through them really quickly.
Oh my. How old was she?
70? Yeah, I think she was 68 when she was diagnosed. 68 when she was diagnosed. So that's young,
because,
very
yeah,
young.
my mom is 67.
Very
So
young.
I can't even imagine.
This is another thing that I feel is a mission of mine. I don't really know what to do with it yet.
Okay.
But it has to do with educating the African American community. I feel like my mother-in-law would still be with us today had she gone to the doctor, had she taken the medication, had family around her, were able to recognize changes in her behavior. Mom doesn't do that. Mom's never like put that coffee pot there. Or mom's never went to bed with the dishes in the sink. Or mom's never left her bank card somewhere. What's happening different with mom or dad?
Yes.
So educating the community in things like that. That's what I want to do. I don't know how to do that yet.
Well, you're doing it right now. I can tell you right now, you are doing it right now. And also, even if it's just helping us to prioritize our health and eating right and, like you said, going to the doctor and catching these types of things early. If you have a history of whatever in your family, making sure you're going to the doctor, not going to the doctor and then not returning. Because whatever has happened is now too late and whatnot. But I love that. And obviously you're doing it right now, just as you're sharing, and who knows,
Yeah.
what's going to come out of that. But man, that's awesome.
I feel like these things will happen naturally.
Yeah. It really does, especially when you're open to what God is saying and what God is telling you, and allowing Him to lead you and guide you, and just keep walking it out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm loving too about life and about getting older, because I'll be 40 next year. Woo woo.
Wow. Okay.
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It hits different when you like.
That's right.
I'm farther away from my 20s than I thought, but just knowing to say yes when he speaks the first time. Like you said, that rapid, the quick response. Okay, I heard you, Lord. I'm springing to action.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I mean, I've had my my moments when I was disobedient. I mean, just blatant.
Right.
Just blatant.
We all
My
have.
father's a pastor. My mom is an evangelist, missionary. I grew up in the church. Yes. I know, I mean, I'm saved.
Yes.
I'm a Christian. But I have been disobedient. And I have, the sacrifices are great. They're great. But with this, I did not want to be disobedient. I knew I had to be obedient to the will of God, no matter what. No matter the no's, no matter what. You have to be obedient. And I feel like if I just wake up every day and just say, and my prayer is, show me the way. Show me your will. What do you want me to do? Doors are opening for Jay and I. That people in Vegas, and they know who they are, and I don't have to call their name, but they said there is only one way for you to be successful in doing what you're doing. That is not so. Absolutely. When God is in control and when God opens the door, no man can close that door. We're not beating down the doors. These doors are opening for us. Why? Could it be because we were obedient? I don't know.
Right. Right.
Could it be just that it's our time? I don't know.
Right.
I just have to, all I know is that I have to be obedient.
I know that's right. And kudos for you for walking through those doors, because so many times, right? Like we get hung up on fear and what will people think, and well, what if we get hung up on the what ifs, and it's like just keep walking.
That's it.
Right.
Just keep going. And it comes now. Listen, we over here preaching now. Look, y'all just hang in there. But
if it's in you, it's gonna come out, right?
It's in me. It's in me. Y'all just hang on in there. You at my house. It's all good. But that scripture that comes up that says, when you're faithful over a few things, God's gonna trust you over many things. And now I'm paraphrasing. That's the NIV, the Nicci version. But but when you're faithful over a few things, like he'll give you, like you said, your first event. Ruler over much. You did your first event, and all the things that you learned, and all the, you learned how to work together, and how to, serve your community, and everything like that, how to be tuned in and how to listen. And now, I mean, you guys are regulars at the Speakeasy, and you're doing all kinds of other events. And it's such, I want to encourage you out there that are watching this particular podcast. Oh, I'm glad you tuned in. Matter of fact, subscribe while you're in here. But I'm glad you tuned in, because I feel like this is a sign, especially if you're watching this podcast right now, this is a sign to just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you've already heard it. You don't need to hear it again. You don't need clarification. You don't need to pray about it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
No need to take a poll.
No need to take a poll. No need to, asking people and getting people's opinions. Just do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's going to make it a way for you anyway.
And to not be fearful. And to not be fearful.
Well, I always say it's okay to have fear. But don't let it
stop you.
Don't let it stop
Don't
you.
let it limit you. Do it anyways with the fear.
I mean, I can imagine all the emotions, that you went through when you heard the Lord say, be your father's kidney donor. The surgery, the money, the time, having to have a certain BMI and all the things. And it's like, but if he told you to do it, he's going to see you through it. He's going to make that way.
Yeah.
Man,
And
I love that.
we got a call one night in the middle of the night, and it was a transplant center, and there was a young man who was killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
They called my dad because he was on the list, and they said, "We have a kidney for you."
Ooh.
Man, I'm sorry.
Oh.
All right, fine.
This is a weepy one, y'all. Y'all just hang in there with us. Ooh.
And so they said, "We have a kidney for you. Can you get here in 30 minutes?" And my dad called me and said, "They have a kidney for me. What do I do? What do I do?"
Oh.
And he's asking me that, and I don't know. But instantly, the Lord said, "You have his kidney. You have his kidney. And he's to only get your kidney."
My goodness.
And he had one right there.
Right
People
there.
stay on the
30
waiting
minutes
list for
away.
years.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30
The Lord
minutes.
said, nope, you have his kidney.
Because the rate, the success rate, I guess, the longevity for a deceased kidney would be 5 to 6 years versus a living kidney would be 10 to 15 years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
So
see
just
how
a
the Lord
deceased
just-
kidney takes
Right.
that many years off of your life
Wow.
expectancy after
Yeah.
having a transplant. Not to mention, we don't know if this young man who lost his life drank
Like health
Right.
or
history,
was a drug
things
addict
like
or
that.
like what his history is.
So it might not
Yeah.
have even taken.
Yeah.
Or it was a higher risk that
Yes.
it might not have taken anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You know.
how God orders your steps.
Yeah. And then he was a match, right? But I'm a better match.
You
a
were
better
the
match. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were the
Yeah.
match.
That's like when people talk about a good thing versus a God
Great.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
There
Versus
you
a
go.
God. Not a
Versus
great thing.
God
Good thing
thing.
versus a God thing.
That's it.
Yes.
And it's a big difference. And that's just so inspiring and inspirational to hear, as a fellow believer, you hear God and God tells you to do something and you heard him clearly, but to, have people like you and Jay and have a relationship with you guys, that's strengthening when we have to make a decision or make a move because it can be a lonely place when you hear
Yeah.
God and be like, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm absolutely bonkers when I tell them, this. So that's very,
That's so
encouraging. It's inspirational. And also it's a risk involved too. You tell your husband like, hey, God told me I need to do this. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
As, a married couple too, that you would have that relationship and your husband say, hey, you heard the voice of God, do it. And just that confirmation and seeing God bless your marriage, bless your business and things like that. And Val has become our resident event planner.
Yes.
So I'm calling Val like, hey.
Yes.
I wear many hats.
You do.
I wear many hats.
Yeah, so
I
yeah.
wear many hats.
I didn't
That's
know.
so inspiring.
I knew a part of your story, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
the
we
full
didn't know
extent.
that.
And I thought it
the
was
water
like
works.
5 years ago. You know what I mean?
This
I thought
was
it was.
recent.
Yeah, it was recent. Yeah.
This was recent, Valerie. I don't know why I thought that was a long time ago, but wow. So congratulations
Thank you.
to you and to your daddy.
Thank you.
I'm
yes.
a daddy's girl too. So.
Yes, I could tell. I could tell.
I'm daddy's. I was a big daddy's girl.
And shout out to my husband,
Yeah.
who was, my rock
Yes.
and my support. And he did not, for not 1 second, question my decision. He supported me 100%. He was there. He helped my mom, my dad. He's their son-in-law. He has a great relationship with my parents, and they absolutely adore him. So shout out to him and my mom. My mom, who was just there for both of us. And I can't imagine how she felt having her husband and her daughter in surgery at the same time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As a
At the same
mother,
time.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so my mom was like really
Wow.
my mom is she's a beast. She is a beast.
Oh. Well, I want to meet them one day. I would love to meet them. We can just come to the house. Everybody come to the house.
Yeah.
So we called this the youth season, right? Mm-hmm. So we have some things that we're going to see, and you're going to show us how to do this part of your expansion of your youth season, right?
Yes.
So for the holidays, we're gonna what do we have planned for us?
Yeah, we're gonna do some decorating, aren't we?
We are. We're going to have some fun.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's switch it over. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna make something really fun. All right.